Okay, guys, this is a little video with a tool. It's from Pete Walker's book, and this is basically psychoeducation to empower each other through healing from childhood trauma generally. And childhood trauma can equate to many different types of trauma. It's when a child's been traumatized, doesn't matter what sort of trauma or it was, whether it's verbal, physical, it's the same, it equates to the same to a child, because a child is not able to objectify or understand or walk away from circumstances that are really painful. But what we need to do at some point as adults, we need to recalibrate and begin to restructure our lives. And this is a process. And one of the ways it worked for me was through Pete Walker's book, and also, which I'm going to introduce you to, and also having 2 years of trauma psychoanalysis, which I've just finished. And I think during that time, I only missed 5 sessions in 2 years. If that, I think it was about 5. And what I found is that with the consistent work on myself, however hard it was, you break through to the other side. So let me show you here. I'm going to go a slide forward. And this is excerpted from Pete Walker's book, from Complex PTSD, from Surviving to Thriving. And this list that I'm going to show you is a tool to help you. And it's a gratitude list. It's 12 by 12. And this is a chart which you're going to see, which is going to explain itself when I show it to you. And this chart is an exercise for deconstructing the outer critic program of generalizing that everyone is as dangerous as our traumatizing caregivers or parents were, or whoever it was from our childhood. So basically, I'm just going to show you and give you a run through of how this would work. So I can give you the PDF for this if you want to, what I'm going to show you. Let me show you. There's 4 slides, there are 12 boxes, and I'm able to send you a PDF copy of this should you want me to do that. And also it's in the back of Pete Walker's book, and this is toolbox number 5, I believe, from what I recall. So what you do is that this is a gratitude list, and to remember to get away from the outer critic and thinking everybody's dangerous and that we have to be hypervigilant. We've got some good memories in our lives, but when we've been through trauma, we'll tend to loop or go into fight, flight, freeze over the past memories that were really unpleasant. And it is so hard to break that pattern when we're trying to heal. And I know that to be my own truth. For years, I, was self-punishment, because in the spiritual community, for instance, I was told that, forgiveness was the only way. And, there's so many belief systems or people that can't hear you out, hear your pain. So, or understand that you need to grieve, or that you need love and you need kindness, that you basically have got no one to turn to. But there are people to turn to. And there are also good memories that we can access. So this is the tool that I'm showing you now. So for instance, friends. So this will be past and current. So I would put down here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 boxes, and there's 12 sections. So for instance, you would get this sheet and you would write down friends, past and current. So really good friends who've been kind to you in the past, that are still around, that maybe or have moved on, or, left the country or whatever. So I could come up quite easily with 12 people, 6 in my life right now, and 6 from my past that have been beautiful human beings to me. Inspiring people, again, where I'm at now in my life, I can quite easily find 12 inspiring people in small and large ways, and people that have, had my back and looked after me in many different ways, in very meaningful ways to me at different times. Then you could have inspiring authors. And what I did find when I was looking at this list originally, when I was going through a down period of time and I was going through my healthy angering stage, this list was a bit difficult to, take seriously at the time. But now it's really easy for me to look at this list and, 12 inspiring authors. I can do that too. I read a lot. It could be a YouTube person inspiring, inspiring information. Doesn't have to be books. And the next one, school friends in contact or not. So for me, I don't have any history of, I left school when I was 14 and a half. I don't have any recall of school friends or friends, because, you know, it was quite a serious cut off from my childhood to move on for me. But, you know, for many of us, we have got school friends that we can relate to and put down here. Circle of friends, past and current. So there can be circles of friends. Number 6, you know, the circles of friends I have on social media, different groups and things. And then number 6, childhood friends. You do not need to still be in contact with any of them. So a lot about friends there going on. And then teachers. So that doesn't just mean teachers in school. This can be teachers as an adult, people that have taught you really useful, beautiful things. And then kindness of strangers. You know, I've had so many different experiences where strangers, complete strangers, have been kind to me. And I'm sure you've come across that too. So you note down 12. You don't have to fill out the whole box. You know, you might only come up with 2 or 3, but it's a beginning to shift the idea that there's no nice people in this world. And then pets and animals throughout your life, you know, whether they were friends or other people's pets and animals. I used to go horse riding, and one horse I rode, it was around Hyde Park around years ago, and I used to go horse riding weekly for a couple of years, and there was one horse called Sterling who took off with me on it. But I love that horse because he gave me a lot of bravery. So that's an example. So that was a hobby I liked doing for a while. And then I've had cats in my past and a dog that I rescued when I was a teenager. So just, you know, pets and animals, get it? You can do that. Then let's see. Then we've got work friends, past and current. So over my life, so many beautiful people I've come across that I could note down here. I had my own business up until a few years ago when that all ended. And, you know, at the time, you know, there's many people that I've worked with that have been really beautiful human beings to me as well. And then groups, past and current, and then nurturing memories. So you can have really beautiful memories. I would also add to this, actually, you can, you know, places you've been, like visualization of places. And you can get this PDF from me. So don't be shy to email me at peneloperyder@outlook.com. Penelope, RYDER @outlook.com. I'll put it at the end of this video anyway. And then I can email it to you if you request for this. And then this is the book it's from. It's at the back of the book. So please get this book if you're healing fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and you've had trauma. It's going to take you where you need to go. It's a map back to yourself. Okay. And then this is a nice thing to do to soothe your inner child. That you can, this is self-talk. Inner child work is really important to get in touch and bond with your inner child, because many who've been through child abuse have not bonded for various reasons. So you would speak to your inner child like you would a child. You know, you did all you could. I am sorry you were hurt. I see you and I hear you. You are perfectly imperfect and powerful beyond measure. And these are the things that, you know, to tell children when they're going through hardship. And even as adults need this. You no longer have to hide yourself. You are loved just the way you are. There is no need to change anything. Yeah. It's okay to want things to be different. This is important. It was never your fault. This is really important to understand that as well, because so many people that have been through abuse think that they did something or didn't do something that caused it. And society throws that onto people as well, which is very wrong. Yeah. It's okay to feel lonely. I'm here for you. So that's your inner child talk. All feelings are valid. It's okay to cry. You won't fall, and I will hold you. And then I see you trying the best you can, and I forgive you. I'm a bit funny around forgiveness. It's been a bit of a trigger word for me, but I sort of think, you know, why would I need to forgive my inner child? And why, you know, would I forgive myself for anything? Because I never did anything wrong as a child. It was just, you know, circumstantial stuff that was going on, abuse. So, you know, but anyway, you can choose that. You know, words to me, I've got a Gemini sun, Gemini moon in my astrology, and words to me, I really take on board meanings, and I'm quite picky about what they mean to me and discussing what words mean with other people as well. And then this is some general advice about me if you want help. I do general relationship advice and other. I do astrology chart reading, evolutionary astrology, and I teach that as well. I can talk about complex PTSD and learning with the knowledge I have from Pete Walker and other sources over the years, Carl Jung and so much more. And I know how to do the tapping. I became qualified practitioner in that. So I do 1 hour meetings online for those. And this is a disclaimer. So if you're going to book me, please read this disclaimer here, which I'm pointing to. And you can see my booking below the page, my booking link. And also, the last but least, here, there's a beautiful little fella in the water there, and just take it easy, slow down, smell the roses, you know, relax and look after yourself as well during this period of COVID, and do the inner work. And if you need help and you need somebody to speak to, I'm here for that, and also with the astrology work I do. And that is it for today. There you go. Okay. And I'll be back with some more in the next couple of days with something else. Thank you.